nice. That table was making me anxious when I was getting ready to come on stage, so I began nesting for the delivery of my jokes. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I had a big lunch today. So yeah, I'm from Boise, Idaho, and I'm really excited to be down here in Utah. I did not want to be a rude guest, though, so I totally brought you guys a souvenir. Got a couple of potatoes here for you. Am I saying that right? Potato, patata, same difference. No, but I've got a couple of small children at home, and we try to use nicknames or, you know, make up stuff to avoid saying, man, look how winded I am. That's from the dance moves, guys. Anyway, we use nicknames for the dirty words around our household, and actually driving into town, I finally thought of a really good nickname for my little establishment. Some of you guys may have heard of the In-N-Out Burger. And those of you who know that you order it double animal style. Well, that's how I got pregnant. True story, I was not pregnant when I left Boise yesterday morning. I thought there must be something in the water here in Utah. Turns out it's something in the meat. You guys are such a piping hot crowd. I'm having such a good time already. I'm the youngest of 6 kids. I'm just going to lay it out there because some things that I say sound like I'm not all there. Well, I'm the youngest of 6, and so all the smarts ran out by the time I was born. So all my older siblings, they use big words like lugubrious and surreptitious, and I try to play along like I know what they're talking about, and I'm like, yeah, syrup is delicious. So good. Oh, it is fall. It means football. Good, there's no football fans in here. Because they drive me nuts, no. I actually really like this time of year, and I think that watching football like in the small hometown setting, that's awesome. Is anyone here from a small town? My husband's from this little place. Yeah, right on. Yeah, what's up, Pocatello? It's my Pete back there. Woo! But when you're in the little small town, you know, the whole town is there, right? They just are all engaged. You always have the little mascot over their side doing the funky chicken. The band's always playing, I feel good. And then you've got those cheerleaders that double as linebackers. They usually have facial hair like thicker than this guy's beard. You never forget your first kiss though, do you? He knows exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing I actually like most about this time of year and the crazy sports stuff is actually watching fans because they go crazy. I was leaving a game the other day and actually saw someone peeing into the gas tank of a car just right there in the parking lot. Which was pretty weird because it was a chick in the winter. She was stuck to the car. Here's a little tip for you ladies. That is how you get a free Brazilian. It's winter time. Also, this time of year, there's tons of holiday decorations already out. It's a little bit overkill. I've already been feasting on all sorts of festive treats for like 2 months now. Heck, yesterday I ate so much candy corn, I pooped a candle. I travel quite a bit. But no matter what, I can never quite get through the security checkpoint at the airport. Have you all seen that big Megatron soul scanning device? You know, where you assume this position? Hey buddy, can you check for lumps while you're at it? How about the sex of the baby? Then out of nowhere, Bernadette yells, "Ma'am, what is that in your pocket?" And I'm like, nothing. Oh, really? Well, what's that? Oh shoot, I'm sorry, that's just my lip balm. Everybody down, she's got a bomb! Get down, she's got a bomb! I'm like, no, it's just, get down! No, please! Wait, pardon, it's Bonnie-Filled lip smackers! I had like 6 tasers on me. And then I get through there, and never fails, I always get the full pat down. And one time the lady leans in real close. Okay, now, when I get to your just gonna use the backs of my hands. Just gonna use the backs of my hands. I'm like, what are you gonna find that giant scanning device didn't just find? I assure you, this is not a detonator, it's called a nipple. I get on this one flight one time, you know, like the little puddle jumpers where there's just the one row of seats on the one side. I totally scored the front row. That never happens. So I'm up there right at the front, super stoked. It's taking forever though. Why are we not leaving? The flight attendant comes up to me. This is gonna be a little bit awkward, but we can't take off unless we can get you to move from the front of the plane to the back of the plane for weight distribution. I'm sorry, but you're telling me that the safety of this flight relies solely on moving a $1.40 from the front of the plane to the back of the plane? How about I'm gonna move to the off of this plane? Stat. I sat next to a blind guy on the way to Las Vegas recently. Got me wondering, do they even have Braille strip clubs? And if they do, is that really where you want to be with a heightened sense of hearing and smell? And anytime I get to the hotel, I always get excited to check out all the little toiletries that you get for free. All those little bottles always say things like, waiting a test on animals, which I think is a load of crap. I got a lot of hair, ladies. I want something that is clinically proven to clean a bear. I knew that I was going to have a really good time tonight. There was no doubt in my mind on the drive here when I was falling asleep because I didn't sleep last night. I knew you guys were going to make it worth my while. And as I've been in this room with you, I realized that there's something that connects every single one of us. And it's really warming in my heart. Because all of us, every last one, came out of someone's vagina. No one can break that bond we have. They can't take it from us. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. I've been thinking about delivery a lot lately. There's just so many choices we can make. The debate is always there. Do you use the modern medicine? Or do you go all natural because it's so good for the baby? Or in my case, you have really crappy insurance, so you pick and choose where you're going to save a few bucks. And I kept trying to tell myself, okay, it can't be that much worse. How bad can it hurt to not have any painkillers whatsoever? Let me just say I'm going to spare you some of the details. But the morning after, I had the worst sore throat. I was asking my husband what in the world was going on. I think I must have blacked out part of the time, but was I screaming or yelling? And he was like, well babe, it's kind of like, you know, when we watched The Walking Dead. You were kind of like, it was so cute, you were kind of like, and I was like, I see. You really get me. We have a healthy relationship. And I am super excited for The Walking Dead, speaking of which. Season premiere here in a couple of weeks. I am so excited that I recently painted my walls coral! I only need a couple Walking Dead fans to make that totally worth my time. You guys should watch it and then you'll totally get my coral joke. Okay, so how are we all doing? This guy, I don't know what's happening with your ears, but they look super large. And I want to put something right through them. They call that gauging. I don't have a joke for it. He looks so friendly. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to my jokes there. Oh, should we put on some more music? No. I like to go to Disneyland. I didn't go until my first time when I was an adult with my sisters, because we couldn't afford to when we were younger. But my sisters are really, really nervous travelers, and so we did a lot of research before we went out. And we found this really comprehensive list of things that you cannot take into Disneyland. Now some of them make sense. Weaponry. Okay, I gotcha. I can dig that. They don't want you wearing t-shirts with profanity on it. Cool. I can totally, I can see that. Adults are actually not allowed to dress like the characters. Think about that one for a minute. Hey kid, you want to get a picture with me? Just $5. What? You don't recognize me? I'm Cinderella. You like my dress? Some mice made it for me. How about you, Dad? You want to go for a ride on my magical carriage? It already turned into a pumpkin, if you know what I mean. Rumor has it that that started back in 1973 when some hooligan dressed up like Pluto and went around humping everything in sight. He came up right behind Goofy. Oh gosh! But the one that really caught me by surprise was when I read Human Remains. Kind of wish I'd been working there the day they came up with that rule. Disney security to the Matterhorn. Got a little bit of a situation over the teacups. Need a couple of your yodelers to hightail it over to provide some backup. There's a woman rider, very disturbed, holding what we think is an urn.
It's the happiest place on earth, Daddy.
I brought you back.
I brought you back, Daddy.
And now you can stay here. You can stay here forever. Then you got little Billy in the next teacup over. He's all, ooh wee, wee, Mom, this is fun, huh? Mom, what's in my eyes? And Mom's on the sideline. Billy, no. I don't know, guys. I ate a lot of cat food as a child. What can I say? I love cats. And I was under the impression that eating a large amount of cat food would turn me into one. And I had no reason to think my sister would lie to me. Obviously the side effects didn't work. Turns out they took just a little bit longer. As I'm growing into an adult, I can see a little more each day that I'm turning into a cougar. Alright, my name's Megan. Thanks for having me. That is my time. Looking forward to